Welcome back, beautiful beings. It's been a minute. Alright, I'm just finishing up different pockets for my bee journal. But you can, I'm hoping you get different ideas because you don't have to use these for bee journals. Okay, here's a flower I made in the other video. And I'm just going to glue this to make it stronger. I'm going to stick it on something else so it can be a little tiny pocket to tuck something little in it. So I'm just putting some Mod Podge on here. And if my nails are all broke off and a little dirty, I've been out in the yard putting my flowers that I grow on my sun porch out in the yard. And I started out wearing gloves, but I'm so used to not wearing gloves. But I got the gloves for you guys, so you know my hands weren't all cut up and pulling weeds and stuff. And then me, I forgot to put my gloves back on once I took them off, and I just went to town and was digging and putting my plants in the yard. So there's that. Do we have any planters watching that love to plant flowers and put them in the yard? I do, and I did a bunch last year and it came up pretty good this year. All right, I'm just doing that, and then I'm going to cut it out after it's all dry. Okay, and then I want to put it, I'm just making it thicker because I want to stick it right here on this. Okay, that way there's a little pocket. I'm just going to glue it down on the bottom of the flower so we have a tuck on that. Okay, and then I have this, and this is going to be tricky, and I have a whole bunch of numbers. They're die cuts, and I think I got them on AliExpress. I'm pretty sure I did. Just look up number die cuts, but make sure they're like 1.5 inches. This might be 2 inches. Might even be 2.5 inches, and then 1 inch wide. But we're gonna glue this down as good as we can. But if I have to add more glue later, I will, to make sure they're nice and glued. If it's not in the right spot. Okay, but I thought this was a neat idea to use up some numbers. I'm not going to try to flip it while it's gluing down, but I'm not going to push it down because I don't want the glue to smear. I'm just checking to see if they're where I want them to be. That looks kind of good. What do you think? And of course, I'm showing the glue over here. So we'll wait for that to get tacky. And then I have a little bee. When we measure our pocket files, we have to cut pieces off, and that's what that's from. So you can use your scraps to make belly bands. You've seen me do this before. If you haven't and you're new to the channel, the scrap is great for belly bands. Okay, alright, I'm gonna put this to the side, let that start drying. Okay, and I also have this, and I want to finish cutting it out. This side. This is going in here to hide this line. Okay, so I just wanted to show you. I measured it from here to here, and now I'm going to finish cutting it out so you get an idea what I'm doing. Then we're going to ink it up. Okay, so you can use your different scraps. Like, it doesn't even have to be a bee. Honeycomb, okay? Whatever you have that you can cut out that's like patterned like this, you can make your own pattern and use it for something else, okay? Alright, I'm going to put that like that. Okay, I have Distressed Oxide Hickory Smoke, and I'm just going to go around the sides of this with that to get them dark again from where I cut. Now I'm just going to take some Mod Podge, put that down, but I think I wanted it like that. All we're doing is hiding this line because I bent it. If you remember in a different video, I bent this pocket file wrong, the wrong way, so we're just going to cover that, okay? Straight, so I'm going to put those two lines so they go with those lines. And then we're going to wipe off extra glue. There, and that's hidden. Okay, so if you have like a zigzag pattern, a circle pattern, you can do this with other things. It doesn't have to be honeycomb. It doesn't have to be about bees. Okay? You want to cover something up. Anything that has a pattern like this. Circles, triangles, zigzag, whatever. It's great for covering up mistakes or lines. Okay? Okay, I'm going to set this up here. We got to check this. We got to check this. It's getting tacky. I'm going to bend it back a little bit. And excess glue, I'll try to wipe out. That's pretty good. Let's flip it over. I think I put the glue up enough on all of them, on the numbers. So that's looking pretty good. So I'll set it aside to finish gluing. Bring this in. Where do I want this? I want this down here. Okay, so I'm going to cut this one here. I might have to cut this off. Then I think I'm going around this one with paint because the black ink is kind of dull to me sometimes. I mean, it's great for stamping stamps, but it just looks dull to me. But I'm going to glue this to an envelope. Then I'm going to cut the envelope just to make it thicker because I want it as a pocket. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut that out. Yep. I could probably maybe, I don't know. Do that. Is that good? No, it's sticking out. I'm just going to cut the whole thing off. And I'm going to leave the black in. Okay. There we go. And then I got an envelope I glued shut. Okay. And we're going to glue that to the envelope. Yeah, I built little houses for my flowers that I put out there because there's been no rain for like a couple weeks now. And I was hoping it would rain so I could put them out in the yard and I didn't have to worry about them. And it hasn't been really cloudy at all either. So I got rocks and I put 2 on each side of the flowers. And then I put a roof on with another rock to protect them so when the sun comes around, wherever they are, they don't look like they're hanging on a thread ready to croak. You know? I spent a month growing them all. I don't want them to, you know, croak on me. Perish. So I'm going to let this dry. Oh, and these numbers, I cut them out. I glued them on different cardboards I had. I cut them out too. But this is tissue paper, believe it or not. Yeah, so I cut them out on tissue paper, and then I cut out some on cardboard, and I glued them to the cardboard because I loved that tissue paper. I got it from Dollar Tree a long time ago, and I've been using it here and there. But I loved that tissue paper. It was all a bunch of different colored flowers. All right, this dry, and then we'll move on to our last piece. I got to figure out what I'm going to decorate this with. This piece, I want to put, here's a piece of cardboard. I cut it perfect so it fit. Okay, but I want to glue these little tiny bees. They're gray. I want to glue that on there. And then I want to sew this up here and up here. I don't know if I could sew it. No, see, I can't sew it to the pocket file because it's going to interfere with this. So I might just sew one end and then glue the other end. Okay, just so you have an idea what I'm doing. So I'm going to Mod Podge this piece up. And then when that dries, I'll cut that out. Oh, I forgot to tell you, that fabric is from Joann's, and I got it on discount. Place and Time. That's where this ribbon's from. I want to show you this too. These happen to be laying on a table. Okay, all this is a tea, pure chamomile tea. I like it, but I wanted to show you. I wanted to like go in a little bit on this, on the package, and just snip that off. This has nothing to do with bees, but like I said, just doing different kinds of things. Then I had these. They don't even look straight. It is straightened out. But I had this scrap left over and it matches. So I just kind of wanted to glue it on there because it just matched perfectly. Alright, I'm not going to cut no more because I'm afraid I'm going to ruin it. And I don't have any more scrap of this left. So all I'm going to do, I had to blow off the bits, the fibers. I want to glue them down on each side. And we can make this a pocket or something. Or something. Another fire truck. I've been hearing fire trucks all the time. The other night we had a terrible fire in our town. It was downtown. And there was like 9 or 10 houses. One house caught on fire, and I'm still waiting to hear how the fire started. But it was terrible. One house went, and they were so close together, it just kept going. And a lot of people lost their homes and everything in it. And it's like the most terrifying thing, you know? Lose everything you worked so hard for and have it go up in flames. And it was just awful, beautiful things. So keep those people in your prayers and your thoughts, because it was awful. And it started like, I think just before midnight, I think it started. I kept hearing these fire trucks and I couldn't figure out why. And then I went on Facebook and found out why. But it was terrible. It was terrible, beautiful beings. Just sending healing and love and guidance and all good things to those people. If I had money, I'd send them all. I'd give them all $1,000 just to, you know, say here until you get your insurance money. And hopefully they all had insurance money, you know, just to help them out. It was terrible. All right, I'm gonna let that dry. Then I'll probably snip that off. That's what it looks on the back. But if you glue this down, you can have a pocket right there. Or you could just glue the sides down and have a pocket there and a pocket here. or you can just glue down the bottom of it. Okay, beautiful beings. Okay, beautiful beings. Here's our honeycomb. I went around it with black paint, made it pop. And I'm gonna glue this right here. And I'll probably just put glue here and here, and maybe a little bit on the bottom here. And then this one, I think I'm gonna put this in there, but I wanted to show you. There's real tiny bees in there. You can see them. They're really tiny. Make sure it's focusing for you. They're really tiny bees. Okay. And I'm not going to glue that down. I'm going to leave it open so you can have a tuck underneath it and a tuck underneath that. Okay. So I'll probably sew that and then I'll have to glue it in. And then we're going to put that there. We made these in the previous video with a stamp. I just went around it with some paint that matched this. Then we got this one, and we're gonna glue this down, and I think I want it glued down like on the side. This is just a die cut. I went around it with aqua die cut, or aqua, what is it, beautiful beings? Aqua ink. Distress ink. Right, and I'm gonna just, I think I'm just gonna glue the bottom of this. Just like this. That way if they want to tuck something bigger behind it, they can. So maybe I'll put it about right there. And then I have these Park Lane stickers that are see-through. I got them from Joann's, so I'm just going to take one out, and I'm going to put a flower there. I kind of wanted it sticking off the edge a little bit, so I'm going to move that over there. Then I got these flowers, and I think I got these from Etsy, I'm not sure, but they're just flowers that are sewed to mesh. Okay, so I'm going to cut one of these off. I might even got these on AliExpress, or I might even got them from Amazon, but I want to put a flower here because I thought that made it really pop. So I'm just going to cut off the mesh. Nope, I don't want to cut the petal. These are my scissors that don't like to cut. So I want a flower, I think. Oh, I got to cut off some more mesh. There we go. And we'll put a flower there. And we'll stick that maybe up a little bit and on that just a little bit. Right there. And there is that. And I'll show you what you can tuck in it after it dries. Then I have one more I want to do. All three of these pocket files are going to go in the same journal. I have a card here, and I kind of just wanted to make a flip out, but I'll probably have to make a little notebook to go in it, but I wanted to just glue that down, okay, because it's going to be a flip out. And I think I got these cards at Walmart on clearance. Either that or I got them from Joann's. So we're just going to glue the bottom down. We could probably make that a... Wait. Yeah. Let's make that a pocket too. make sure you can see. So what I might do is I might just put glue here. No, we're just putting glue here. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do, beautiful beings. I'm just gonna put glue here and here. And if you hear her squealing, it's tearing. She's using markers. She liked my flowers, so now she wants to make some with that stencil from Joann's that we made flowers.
They're squeaky markers.
Yeah, so that's what she's doing. So if you hear squeakiness, it's tearing. Alright, I'm going to let this dry before I even attempt to start decorating this. Then I'm going to figure out a scrap just to put a pocket, like right here, so you can tuck it like a notebook or whatever in it, okay? Okay, beautiful beings. I got these little cards from Mr. Paper and AliExpress. And there's a whole bunch of them in here. And I don't know how many. Maybe 20, it looks like. And I'm going to take oxide aged mahogany. And I'm just going to go around the edges, blend it in. See, and then when your daubers start wearing out, you get little frays. That's why I don't like doing it over stuff. But I had to show you. And the table's kind of full because Taryn's right across from me painting a picture.
Hi.
Okay, so, all right, what we're going to do first, before I forget, I'm going to take this. I tried the R because I did it on here, on this one. And this is one of our scraps left over from cutting out of our pocket files. And it didn't do this one, but it did that end. So I had to go back to the R10 millimeters and I just punched it. But I want to do the same thing here. Just to get that corner off there because that's going to be a pocket too. They're going to be able to punch right under there. Or punch right under there. They're going to be able to tuck something under there too. Alright, so I'm going to do that on all three of these corners. There we go. That one didn't go in. Oh, I'm using the wrong one. See, it did it perfectly on these ones, but it doesn't look the same because it's smaller. You see that? That's a bigger circle. But when I tried it on the other, it would not work. So we're just going to use the R millimeters. There we go. With our 3-in-1 corner puncher. Okay. Alright. Now I want to glue this here. It's upside down. Glad I looked at that, beautiful beings. I did have to trim this. This was longer. But I want to make sure it's off the fold. So I'm going to fold it over. It's not on there. There we go. I'm going to move this up a little bit. And then I'm going to set something on it there. I'm going to have to do this in steps until everything dries. And I'm going to take this. I did glue this piece. I went around it with gold paint, as you can see. And I glued it to an envelope that I had glued shut. And I'm just going to put the glue right along the bottom. And we're going to glue that right here, bottom. Let's get this out of the way. I have this little jar I want to glue here. So I'm just going to take some of this and I'm going to put a dab of glue in one spot right here. And I'm going to take this and just tie it. Just like that, but I want it over to the right. That one's not going the way I want it. Let's move it. See if that works. Here, let's tighten it up. Bring that over. And then we're going to trim it. I don't even know where my fabric scissors are. I had to move stuff for Taryn so she could join me at the table. We got her. We got her, beautiful beings. That's coming out. So we're going to have to set something on here. So we'll just set that there. Alright, that's fine the way it is. I want to glue it down here, so I might as well glue that, then set something on there. Put this over to the left. And then I have a little bee right here that I want to put somewhere, maybe there. So we're going to glue our little bee that I cut out. If you've seen the other videos, you've seen I cut a bunch of little bees out because I didn't have little bee charms and little bee embellishments to put on stuff. So I just cut them out to make my own until I can get some. There we go. And we'll put the bee like right there, maybe. There we go. Now let's check this. As long as it starts gluing down nicely, we can keep going. But if it isn't, I'm gonna have to pause the video. I have this, and I believe I got this from AliExpress a long time ago. It's washi tape, okay? So I'm gonna take, it's upside down. I want to put this way, like right there, but I'm gonna have to cut some off. So let's do that. I kind of like the rip book better. That's what this is from, because I keep putting the extra pieces, because you can use them on something else. Okay, just put it right back on your washi tape and use it for something else. But I do want to tear this a little bit because I do like the tear look. Make sure it's not on the bend. Just glue it down. And if I have to, I can just, if it will, I don't know if it will, just pull this up and wrap that right around. Just like that. There we go. And put a bee right here in the corner. But we'll make him going the other way besides, because the butterfly's coming down. So we'll make him going up. Just still trying to wrap that around. It's going down after a couple tries. Then we're going to smooth this in here. Finger, make sure it's nice and glued down, and it should be good. And it has a little backdrop. Right, and where's my other stickers? There's other stickers. I can't find other stickers. There we go. Oh, they're right there in front of your face. But see, that can tuck in there. You can have something tuck in there. This isn't going to be though. And then you can have something tuck in here. But I wanted to make a little notebook for you. That's too big for in there. But just little things we'll be able to tuck in there. Alright. But I want to use, my bee's not going down. I have sticker book. And I believe this is from the paper. No. Yep. Nope. Sorry. This is from AliExpress store. Remember I wrote on the back all these? This is Bobo and Haynes. Okay? From AliExpress. B-O-B-O and Haynes. Is that Baba? Bobo? Bobo? Is that Taryn?
What?
Bobo and Haynes?
Yes, yeah.
B-O-B-O?
Bobo.
Bobo? Okay, Bobo and Haynes. Good thing she's here, beautiful beings. Alright, and it's loaded with different kind of stickers. I'll give you a quick flash through. but I want to use this one. I do love see-through ones though. I think I like them a lot better. Sometimes I just get the urge to cut around them, you know, get that white off. Make sure this is standing straight. There we go. Alright, so that's done. Check this and the B and this, and they're gluing down nicely. Now we're going to do the back. Oops. In the back, the glue oozed out and ripped this. So I'm going to show you how to fix it. I have Tim Holtz, a whole bunch of Tim Holtz stuff. And I kind of want to go with maroon because there's maroon in this. Burgundy, maroon, whatever color you want to call it. But I had one that I wanted to wrap. There it is. This one. But I don't know if it's wide enough now. But I want to cover that rip, so I want to wrap some of this around it. But I thought I had a thicker one. There it is. I found it. It's this one. And I am going to put some glue on here. I gotta move this stuff to show you. On this side, there's a pocket, so I'm going to have to tuck it in there to hide that. Right, so I just want to make sure it's long enough before I do that. So I'm going to do that about here, and I'm going to start adding glue. And take this, and I'm going to put that right there. And glue that down behind that pocket. And then I'm going to wrap. Oh, I didn't even go up enough, beautiful beings. Did not. I have to move up. See that rip? I want to cover that rip. So we'll do this side first. Fold the card in. Pull this up a little bit, go like that, go in with a napkin so nothing sticks that I don't want. Rub that really good. There we go. And then come back over here. And that should be good. Yeah, when I glued this down, I must have put too much glue and it oozed out and it stuck to that when I had it flipped open. It stuck to that and ripped it up. So that's all we're doing is fixing that. But now there's a gap, but it's fine. It's fine. I don't know if I push it in or not. If you don't like it, just put another piece of washi tape over it. I have this washi tape. I can make it tighter. Let me see if something else matches it. That don't match, that don't match. These are all Tim Holtz, okay? This kind of does. Let's try this. Open it up. And there, it's not doing it as much. Okay, beautiful bangs. Just trying to cover up another mistake, okay? Easy peasy. Don't freak out if you have a mistake. Just cover it up. I'm going to trim this off because this isn't sticking down, but I might want to put some glue on there because it's not sticking down very good. Or maybe I'll just keep that there and glue it down. There. That works for me. Okay. Now, we got that taken care of. I got bits floating all over the place, beautiful beings. Alright. I'm going to glue this down right there in the middle. I just want to check to make sure. I'm going to have to put this up here, I think. Now this one goes in the corner, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I did have it right. But I want to make sure, you know, that's in the corner like that. And voila. I need something small to show you to tuck in there, but I want to show you. We're going to make another notebook. Okay. So I'm just going to put all these, stand them up together. These are scraps from, you know, colored paper. And then you measure it to fit in any notebook you're making, or just to put papers in a journal. So all I'm doing is line them up together, bottom, and then I'm going to measure it, and I think I want it that tall. And I'm going to cut. And so I'm going to line them up again, and then I'm going to check them at the top. Make sure they're all even. And they all are, except these 3 front ones. 4 front ones. Alright, beautiful beings. One more time. Hopefully. There we go. And that one went all the way to the other side, but they're not pushed down. So I'm just going to take my scissors and push them down. Right. And I want this to be the front, of course, because it goes thicker, thinner, and then even thinner. But we got to figure out something for this. So let me look here. I don't know if I have something small enough that even matches. I like that because it goes with that. Yeah, that was like right there, boom. Like it when it works out that way. And of course, you know me, I'm going to measure it and then I'm going to fray it. And then we're just going to wrap that right around it. I didn't cut very even, but that's right. So I'm going to push this stuff up, but I can't push it too far because then I'll be in Taryn's way. But we're going to fray that. So I'll just move the camera. I mean, you really don't need to see me fray. You see me fray a lot. If you don't know what fraying is and you're new to crafting, you just pull this off like that. And then if you want, this isn't very long enough, but you can save this, and then if you make a flower, you can glue it right in the middle of the flower. You want this turn for your flowers?
Yeah.
You can glue that right in the middle of your flower, and then put a gem inside that, and it looks awesome. Okay. I'm going to take this, and let's see. I didn't even see if it was wide enough, beautiful beings, but I'm going to bring it in like this and make it like wrinkle a little bit. But let's get the glue down. I'm going to turn it and fold it over, and I'm going to push this in like that and then glue the sides. Cool, it worked, beautiful beings. It's covering both staples. I'm going to push this side in and glue those together. I need a little bit more glue in there. Just like that. Move this out a little bit, depends on how you like it, but it's moving that, so I'm going to hold this and push that, and you just got a little wrinkled effect, and you got a little notebook.
Got your own little notebook.
Yep. And then you take this and tuck that right down in that pocket. And then if I'm just going to leave it like that, so if they want to add something like a little embellishment or something, they stick it right on there. That is a thick notebook. Or you can take it and you put it over here in this one. Doesn't matter. Okay, beautiful beings. I'm going to give you a close-up of all the pockets we made. There's our beehive pocket. I just glued it where I said it was, here, here, and a little bit there, and a little bit there. So there's lots of tuck space. Just went around it with black paint. And then our number one, just went around it with yellow paint before I even did the numbers. And we sewed it in. You can tuck lots of big stuff in there too. And then here's our pocket we made out of a die cut, and I just went around it with aqua distressed ink all the way around it. And then we have our little tea bag packet that we made a pocket. You can have one behind it and one in it, and I just put a aquarium card I have inside it, so you have two little pockets. Aquatics, I don't even know if that's still open but I just wanted to show you, there's two tucks there. Okay, and then I wanted to show you this, our belly band. There's two tucks. There's one there under the gray part, okay, and then there's one underneath the ribbon part, okay. But I wanted to point out, when you're doing this, if you're gluing something to your ribbon, make sure you put something under it when you glue it, so it don't stick to the one underneath it if you're making two. Okay, beautiful beings. And then we have this one. I just glued down the flower right here. That's the only part I glued. And then this will be nice for tickets, pictures, little school pictures. School picture of my brother back in the 60s. Yeah, back in the 60s. Okay. And then, last but not least, we have our flip out one that we made. Okay, this is where you can just write on it. Then you open it up and you have a tuck here for a little notebook that we made. Okay, just put that in there. This one is too thick. I shouldn't have made it too thick, but it still fits, so that's okay. And then Taryn made one. She's seen it and she wanted to make one. Here's Taryn's pocket there. And then you can put a bigger thing in there. Okay, beautiful beings. I hope you got inspired and I hope you got ideas out of all this. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful everything.